Hello, everyone. My name is Christian Garcia, and here's your weekly update for the week of May 2nd. Here's gold from the weekly view. You can see that even though the gold price ended on a positive note, overall for the week, gold traded within April's price range and ended lower than last week. Looking at gold from a longer perspective, gold is not making any higher highs and appears to be on the higher end of its recent 2-year price range. It's not worth investing in gold right now. Remember, gold's all-time high was $1,921 an ounce set in 2011. From where gold's price is at right now, if gold hits its all-time high again, that's only a 12% gain or price increase. Just like there's an order of operations in math, there's a sequence to asset class cycles and wealth transfers. Right now, the wealth transfer is the stock market. So let's look at the Dow and recap its action. Here's the Dow Jones in the weekly view. You can see some fight in the market. It pressed up this week and the price closed higher than it's been since the March 23rd low, but it's just confirming the next turning point during the week of May 18th. Remember, there are 8.6 time cycles that run the world, as I've pointed out in prior videos based on Martin Armstrong's work and research. The world runs on 8.6 yearly, monthly, and weekly cycles or waves. If you look at these illustrations from Martin Armstrong's website, he's had these time frames earmarked for over 30 years now. You can see we just went through the 2020.05 yearly turning point and are in its current wave. The point zero 0.05 is basically 365 days in a year multiplied by 0.05, which is 18.25 to be exact, and lands on January 18th, 2020. Well, what happened on January 18th, 2020? Well, look, up to that date in history, the Dow made an all-time high. It dropped and ultimately made a new all-time high in February before crashing, but the key takeaway is his timing model earmarked a turning point on the yearly wave cycle. And we can see that the Dow peaked on that turning point. But there are also 8.6 weekly cycles. Just look at this. This chart is from January 1st, 2020 through March 31st, 2020. If we start on January 18th, 2020 and move forward 8.6 weeks, where do we land? Each one of these white grid lines indicates 1 week. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.6, practically 9 weeks, and boom, we arrive on the March 23rd low. Ideally, when a high or low is made during a turning point, then the opposite will occur at the next turning point unless certain thresholds or signals are hit. Now, those signals are more complex, and I'll get into them as this blog progresses, and only to my subscribers, or you can read Martin Armstrong's research. But on the basic level, if we have a high on one of these specific turning points, the next turning point will produce the opposite result, and then the next turning point will alternate or seesaw again, and so forth and so on. Let's put this together now and let's see what's going to happen. We made a high during the 2020.05 yearly turning point, or on January 18th, 2020. We made a low 8.6 weeks later on March 23rd, 2020. We are now approaching 8.6 weeks since that low, and it looks like the market is peaking. And if we don't make an all-time high by the next turning point, pushing the next low further down the timeline, then this is a temporary high and a current low comes next. Which is why I'm calling for a dead cat bounce and crash to begin during the week of May 18th. And I've been sending these dip alerts to signal to people to sell out, save your 401k, save your retirement accounts, whatever you have, get out and sell during this temporary high. Because just like the Great Depression had a dead cat bounce, and then the second leg of the crash came, same with 1987 crash and the Great Recession 2008 stock market crash, we're going to see this next dip come. So don't be fooled by this week's quote unquote positive week. The market is just giving us this temporary high so we can sell and get ready to buy the dips.